Okay, now the recording is on. So you may get the recorded portion of this topic. Listen carefully. Today we are going to discuss about the preschool organization and management topic. This is the most important topic because those who complete this Montessori teacher training, Montessori or pre-primary teacher training course, you will be able to start your own preschool. This certificate is also considered like a license to run a preschool. Okay, so those who complete the Montessori professional diploma certificate course, pre-primary nursery teacher training certificate course, you are authorized to run a preschool, to start a preschool as per the norms and rules. So this topic is for about the planning and organization of preschools. So planning and organization, we know it is about the management of the school. Management means it is the skill, art of getting things done through other people. Management is an art of getting things done through other people. So it is so much interesting topic for me as well as it should be for all of us, because a teacher is the head of the classroom. That means a class teacher is the head of the class and a principal is the head of the school. If you are going to become a teacher, class teacher in the LKG, UKG or Montessori classes, you are the head of that class, or you are going to be the principal of the Montessori school or a CBSE or private English medium school. What will be the benefit if you know about the management, important topics, terms and conditions of management, the steps of management? It will be easy for you to handle the parents, handle the children, as well as the to coordinate the co-workers or to coordinate all the activities of the school syllabus. That means curriculum. So by learning this chapter, we will understand about meaning and role of management and resources. Management means managing the resources also. That is also included. There are two types of resources: human resources as well as non-human resources. So we will understand about the characteristics of resources, and we will study about how to plan or manage our resources. What is your resources? Like time, your skills, communication skill, money, all those things are your resources. You have to know how to manage the resources in a proper way. So we will explain all those things. Then finally, you will come to know the role and importance of communication in management. In most of the places, even in the family or in the school, communication gap makes a big problem. So communication should be done properly. And communication means it should have a structure, and we should know what are the characteristics of communication methods and how we can become the best communicator. That if you are not a good communicator, students will not be interested in your class, because only a good communicator can interact with the children. So now let us start with the topic one, point number one, management, role and importance and steps of management. Management, as I said already earlier, management is the art of getting things done through other people. So if you want to become an educator, like administrator, project officer, principal, or KG head, you should know the skills of management. So management in business organizations is the function and coordinates the efforts of people to accomplish goals and objectives. To coordinate the people with an aim and objectives. So with an aim and objectives, we had to coordinate the people. That's called management. Objectives of management: to achieve the target, to reach the destination, or to go towards the targeted objectives and reach in the aims and the objectives of the school or organization. That is the objectives of management. So role and importance of management means if there is a good management of the school, that school will be the best place for a child. That means the child will get the maximum opportunities for the development of his potentials. If the management is inactive, as you know, school will not be developed, flourished, and it will face its own challenges. So, role and importance of management. Essentially, the role of management is to guide the organizations. One minute. Okay. Thank you. The role and importance of management. Essentially, the role of management is to guide the organizations towards goal accomplishment of the goal. That is, to guide for the accomplishment of the goal is the role of management in an organization. So management should have a good team. All organizations exist for certain purpose or goals. We should know what is the purpose and goal and objective, vision and mission of the organization. If you work with a school, if you work with an educational organization, you should understand what is the vision and mission of the organization. You should not seek only as an employee your duties and responsibilities. As an organization, it's your part of organizational behavior that you should work towards the accomplishment of the vision and mission of the, that means the objectives of the organization. So all organizations exist for certain purposes or goals that we already discussed. The role of management is to move an organization towards its purposes or goals by assigning activities that the organization members perform. How? Suppose a school, if you think about a school, to provide the best quality of education, that may be the objectives of the school. In order to that, they will work together to accomplish that goal. The management or the driving force, the team of management should make the movement of the organization towards its purposes or goals by delegation of duties, supervision, controlling, coordinating, and all those things. So we can say the steps of management like controlling, coordinating, organizing, planning, everything, evaluating, assessing, assessment, all those things are the steps of management. So management strives to encourage individual activity that will lead to reaching organization goals and to discourage individual activity that will hinder the accomplishment of the organization objectives. That means if there is a good management in an organization, that management will identify and encourage and motivate individuals that or individual activities which will be helpful for achieving or reaching the goal, common goal. And those management who are brilliant and intelligent management people, they will identify the individual activity or individuals who is against the achieving the objectives of the management or objectives and goals of the organization. In both way, management has very important role. Okay. There is no idea more important than managing the fulfillment of the organization goals and objectives. And we should have a vision and mission with our organization. Then we should understand, we should have the alignment with the vision and objectives of the management or organization. If we don't behave in such a way, our organizational behavior will be entirely against the management. That means against the objectives and vision, mission of the organization. So let us study about steps in management. Why should we study as part of this course about the management and the steps? Because the class teacher should manage the human resources of parents, students, and class teachers. Or if you are a teacher in an organization, you should also take part in the day-to-day activities. So then only we will also contribute, we will also be able to contribute something for the development and growth of the organization. So steps in management means, so management, if we understand the processes of management, that means the different steps of management, it will be easy for us to help the organization for its maximum growth and development. So steps in management. Management process is a systematic way of doing things. See, managing parents, controlling, coordinating, all the teachers should be aware of all those things. Because especially teachers are handling human resources, that means children. So we had to know some techniques about the management skills. We refer to management as a process to emphasize that all managers, suppose in a school, if you are assigned the duty to conduct a sports day, arts festival, cultural festival, or a study tour, conducting anniversary celebrations, if you are assigned the duty, if you don't know how to manage, how will you be able to lead, coordinate, planning, decision making, and controlling? So these are the steps of management. Irrespective of their aptitude or skill, engage in some interrelated functions in order to achieve their desired goals. Different steps in management processes. Different steps in management processes. So, planning and decision making. That is the first step. For conducting any school event, teachers should plan and make some decisions in the staff meeting. And number two, organizing, planning. These are the four steps: planning and decision making, organizing, leading, controlling. Planning and decision making, organizing, leading, controlling. Four steps of management. This, even if you want to manage your house, if you are a good homemaker or family head, whether it is woman or man, whoever can become the head of the family, you can lead your family. You can help your head of the family or assist your head of family to lead the family for the growth and flourishment. So you should know what are the steps of management. Otherwise, how will you help them in managing the household activities? So planning and decision making, organizing, leading, controlling. Okay. So as we all know, planning is like determining course of action. Forethought. Planning means we will have a forethought. We will plan everything according to the needs and requirements. It is said for the planning, we should need thinking skill, critical thinking skill, decision-making skill. These things are needed for the first steps of management. It involves the creation and maintenance of a plan. Planning means setting an organization's goal and deciding how best to achieve them. Planning is decision-making regarding the goals and setting the future course of action from a set of alternatives to reach them. Planning helps to maintain the managerial effectiveness as it works as a guide to the personnel for the future activities. Selecting goals as well as the paths to achieve them is what planning involves. What is involved in planning? Selecting goals. Do you have a plan? Do you have a future plan? Do you have a plan for your school? If you have a plan for your school, no, you will be the number one person in the school, like extraordinary teacher. Why we study all these things? No, to become an extraordinary teacher. After completion of this course, you should know, you should help the management or other teachers, your colleagues in planning and decision making. And the number two, organizing. This is the steps. This is a chart. Planning, organizing, leading, controlling. Planning, organizing, leading, controlling. Organizing means coordinating activities like coordination between parents, students, other staffs, management, and all other stakeholders of the school. Who all are the stakeholders of the school? The community, local community, the management people, parents, students, staff, teachers. So organizing is the function of management that involves developing an organizational structure and allocating human resources to ensure the accomplishment of objectives. The structure of the organization is the framework within which effort is coordinated. So each and every teacher's effort is coordinated in that organizing step of management. This is the second steps of management. It is a process which the established plans are moved closer to realization. By organizing only, by coordinating all the activities, we move towards the achievement of realization of our goals. So that is called organizing. After planning, only organizing will come. Once a manager set goals and develops plans, his next managerial function is organizing human and other resources that are identified as necessary by the plan to reach the goal. Organizing involves determining how activities and resources are to be assembled and coordinated. Organization can also be defined as an intentionally formalized structure of positions or roles for people to fill an organization. So organizing involves determining how activities and resources are to be assembled and coordinated. Organization can also be defined as an intentionally formalized structure of positions or roles for people to fill in an organization. So it is very clear about, so we should have this organizing skill. That means coordination of all the activities. So for that skill, we need first thinking skill, that is the first steps, decision-making skill, then organizing skill, coordination skill. So this can be done by determining the positions to be filled. We will, organizing in other way, we can say allocation of duties. Allocation of different duties and roles. That is called organizing. Leading, the third steps of management. After organizing, there comes leading. Leading means we have to lead the team. Other teachers, students, parents, we should become a role model for them. Then they will be motivated. Managing and motivating people is called leading. A leader is a motivator and influencer. Leader should influence others. I think our Izam is also there in the meeting. Izam, are you there? So why I say this now? This is very much important for all the teachers, administrators, officers, academic officers, because by this only we can be the leader of an organization, of a school, motivating employees, influencing employees, and forming effective groups of teachers and students and parents. So this is called leading is the use of influence to motivate employees to achieve organization goals. So this is called leading, and we are moving to there are many important points to be discussed, but you can read this passage, this topic, you will understand everything, because this is a self-learning study material, which is provided to you. The hard copy is given to you, these textbooks. Okay. So by this, we are going to wind up the session. Influencing and employees. Then the fourth topic is that controlling. Controlling means it's like assessing and evaluating the activities of children, parents, and other colleagues. So this is the fourth step and the last step of management. We discussed 4 steps of management. First one, planning and decision making. Second one, organizing. Third one, leading. Fourth one, controlling. Controlling means evaluating, checking whether the school is growing towards the or moving towards to achieve the target or goal, all its vision and mission. School has a vision. If it is to provide the quality of education, to improve the quality of education and to provide quality education to all students of that locality, irrespective of caste, religion, creed, and if it is to uplift the society, the economic and middle class families or an economic group of people, We should check whether the organization, the school is moving towards the targeted vision and mission of the school. If it is not so, the management should control its activities, improve the quality of education. That is why controlling, monitoring, and evaluating activities. All the team members, all the teachers' activity should be assessed by the management team. Teachers' performance shall be assessed by the evaluated by the management team. Without controlling, there will be no discipline. For a school, two things are important as far as the parent is concerned. Number one, discipline. Number two, it's learning transformation. That means the quality of education. These two things should be there. By controlling only, the school will have a discipline. Number two, to improve the quality of education, the learning transformation should take place. How is it possible? How it is possible? Through the controlling, monitoring, and evaluating of all teachers' activities, academic programs, conducting academic auditing. Academic auditing is also important for monitoring and evaluation of activities. So, controlling is an ongoing process. Every time it should control, management should have a control always. An effective control function determines whether the organization is on target towards its goals and makes corrections as necessary. So all these managerial functions are necessary and are related and interrelated each other. 4 steps. Okay, that means controlling is measuring, comparing, finding deviation, and correcting the organizational activities which are performed for achieving the goals or objectives. That means the management should check whether the objective, the school's movement is deviated from the objectives of the common goal. So it is very much. And in the next, we are going, if the deviation persists, correction is indicated. So correcting teachers, giving proper training, instruction, that also should be there. As a class teacher, if you are the head of the institution, like principal of the Montessori department, or if you are the class teacher, head of the class, you should correct other teachers, those who are deviating from its common goal of quality education. Okay, so we are going to wind up the session. This is all for today's topic. And next day, we will talk about the resources, how to manage time. And we will discuss about the time management, money management, personality development, and all those things, interview skills. These things are important for all trainees. I don't know the situation about those who are absent today. And they think that online mode of education is not.
Sir, some of them have. Sir?
Pardon?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, excuse me. Some of them, they have texted me up personally. It seems it's raining out there in some places.
Then it is okay.
That is
Then
the reason they are having network problems.
Okay, ma'am. You do one thing. Please forward the recorded video to them.
All right, I'll do that.
Because no, this
Thank you, sir.
Whenever we provide this centralized information about the course and other things, the outline, framework of the curriculum, syllabus, all of us should understand this. Because this is a centralized process through AIPSA. There are no any other authorized agents of AIPSA to inform about the course structure, method of implementation. And this is also an important topic. And I think those who have attended this session, let it be beneficial for you people. If you have any doubts, now this is the time for discussion. Now, this is the time for discussion. If you want to ask any question, or if you want to compliment something, like any more suggestions, any doubts, you may ask them. Now, this is the time for discussion. Please ask your questions. Please come forward with your suggestions. You can also opine. Ibolumam, Talifi, Vidampi, Tuskum. I don't know. Okay. Anyone wants to ask any question? Please turn on your mic. Sukmala. I don't know how to pronounce your name. So, anyone? Kanchini Nuran. Okay. So, wish you all the best, my dear teachers or aspirants of teacher post. Wish you all the best. See you in the next session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Good night. Take care. Bye.